Hi, my name is Jennifer and today I will be filming my first Procreate tutorial. The reason I felt like I wanted to do this tutorial is because I have watched many videos on how to do this technique of creating glitter and applying it to text, pictures, text patterns, and I couldn't find all of the information I wanted in one video, so I thought I would make that video and show it to you. So the first thing we'll do is open Procreate, which I have on my bottom bar, and select a new canvas with the plus sign in the top right corner, and I'll do a new screen size canvas. Once it opens, pinch it in a little bit so you can see the edges, because we'll fill the whole thing with the glitter texture. In the layers panel, you'll see you have a background color of white, which is perfect, and a new blank layer. I'm going to fill that blank layer with white, which is already selected, as you can see from here in the colors palette. And back to the layers palette, tap the preview and hit fill layer. And you can see it did it because it's still there. Create a new layer with the plus sign. Change your color to a medium gray. And I don't know why I always slide it to blue, but I do. I'm going to be creating just a basic silver glitter, and then I can show you how to change that color later. But for whatever reason, I always like to start it somewhere in the blue and keep this on around this range to select your grays. So I go about there, back to the layers, tap the preview, fill layer. Now to create the glitter, I use a combination of the brush and the eraser in the spray paints textures, a combination of splatter and flicks. I'm going to start with the flicks and make some darker flicks. Over here in the size, go, I don't know, somewhere around there, and opacity 100%. And just sprinkle your glitter. I like that. Maybe I'll do a little bit, a little bit darker and a little bit smaller, and again all over the canvas, and just fill it in until you are happy with it. Now I like to switch to the splatter, the finer textures, and go to a lighter gray. And I have it all the way up. See, that's starting to get pretty. I'm going to do a little bit darker now in that same splatter brush. And I'm liking this. I'm liking the general tone of this. So on the top left, up here in the adjustments, I'm going to add some noise. And you add the noise by just taking your finger or your stylus and dragging from left to right until you have as much as you want. And I want plenty. Actually, I want less. There. I like that. Now I'm going to go to the eraser tool, and if you remember, we added a second layer of white. So when I do the eraser tool, I'm going to erase this down to the white, but still have that white background color. I'm going to end up merging these two layers, layer 1 and 2, keeping the background color. So now in the brush library of the eraser, if you press and hold, it will, if you saw that pop up, in the middle. Look at the top middle. Erase with current brush. And that will just erase with the same brush that you used from the brush, which if you remember we used the splatter out of the spray paints. If you're a doubter, like I was, go to spray paints and you see splatter is highlighted. And you don't have to worry about color because we're erasing. Keep the size large and just erase till you get, and I guess you can't see my iPad pencil because it's just screen recording. And I think I went too much. I'm going to do undo. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Let's see if we like a blend mode better. No, I like normal. Okay, let's call it a day with that quickie glitter. Obviously, you can spend a lot more time and make it a lot more refined. But for now, we'll just go ahead with this. And so I'm going to tap the preview on layer 2 and select merge down. And now we have our glitter. To apply it to text, let's create a new layer and select our brush tool. Select a brush, go to calligraphy, script is fine, and we want black. Now I'm going to turn off the glitter. I'm just going to write my name. And if you don't know how everything got so smooth right there, if you select the brush and select here, if you tap that again, you get to this panel and it has the streamline. See, if I turn this all the way down and I do the same thing, it's not as smooth. Undo. I'm going to go back and remember to put that all the way up. And now to apply the glitter to the text, we want the text underneath the glitter. And there are 2 ways that you can do this. Well, there's probably more ways, but the 2 ways I'm going to show you is with the glitter above the text, select the preview of this and go to clipping mask. And we need to make sure that's visible. Now we have glitter text. The other way we can do it is, I'm going to take the clipping mask off. Again, with the glitter texture above the text, you go to the blend mode. If you're familiar with Photoshop and there were blend modes in the layers palette, this N to the right is the blend mode. If you tap the N, which stands for normal, you have a variety of blend modes. And I'm going to go to lighten. And the 2 that I generally use for this are either lighten or screen. Can't really see it on this too well, but lighten usually looks just like this, and sometimes on screen you see kind of softer around the edges, but go ahead and play with all of these blend modes in whatever you're doing and see what it does for you. Okay, so now we have glitter text. The other thing that I thought was really neat, and a lot of people buy these fancy brushes for Procreate, but it actually comes with some really neat ones that you can do some fun things for. So I'm going to hide both of these layers and create a new one. And one of my favorite brushes is, well, first I'm going to make the color back to some sort of gray. And I don't know why I always go to the blue when selecting my gray, but about there. Now go to the brushes and in elements, water. This ends up for some reason looking like marble. And over on the size I go pretty big. And just paint. Isn't that cool? I love this brush. So neat. And now to get this one with some glitter, because everything's better with glitter, make sure that that is underneath your glitter texture and show the glitter. And again, you can do it with the clipping mask, or you can do it, oh, it was already on the blend mode. Go back to that. So on the normal mode, go to clipping mask and apply it, or turn the clipping mask off and go to blend mode, again lighten, and do lighten or screen. And I like the screen. So that's a neat way of getting like a glittery, marbly kind of texture. And if you want to change the color of the glitter for any application, this looks really neat. Make sure the glitter texture is the one that's highlighted. In the adjustments panel, the bottom you'll see recolor. It looks like you're not doing anything, but come up to the top right colors palette. Now just swing this color thing, well, put this somewhere where it's not gray. See how now it got blue? And then if you do the outer layer, it's now whatever color you want. If you want rose gold, I find it somewhere in the oranges. Put this back to normal. Wow, that looks terrible, but I'm going to go back to normal. Color, oh, I have to go in the adjustments panel, recolor. Forgive me, this is my first video. I think what would look better on this is if you erased more and there were more white. That's usually where you get a prettier one. But then, just to show, I'm going to undo until I get back to what I thought was a pretty glitter color. Go to normal and create a new layer. Turn that layer off and let's put this underneath and just create a clipping mask. And now go to the brush and find like another neat brush. There's one I liked. These Mad Splashes. Black. Oh, look what I just did. Make sure this layer is highlighted with the clipping mask and the glitter above. And look, now you're just drawing with glitter. How fun is that? Go to a different brush. Another one I was using yesterday. Let's see. Even this is neat. It again, in the wrong panel. Just drawing with glitter. Oh, this one. This is the one I liked. It's like diamonds. And you can just drop one. Just tap. Or just tap one. Or draw. And that, my friends, is how I learned to make a glitter and apply it to text, images, whatever you want. I hope you liked it. Ask any questions. I'm sure I rambled quite a bit because, as I said, this is my first tutorial video and I didn't make any notes. But anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.